Hey guys, welcome back. So today's Wednesday, we got two stories to talk about. We got Hive investing in an NFT business, and then we also have Bitfarms providing an update on their infrastructure build-out. So let's get into the first one here, which is Hive. And here's a story. So Hive Blockchain Technologies announced a strategic investment in an NFT business. Let me see here. Hive is pleased to announce that it has agreed to make a 450,000 Canadian dollars investment in Network Entertainment Inc., an award-winning media production company, as a means to gain exposure to Network's emerging non-fungible token NFT business. So we'll look at Network Entertainment as far as what kind of content they're producing in a little bit here, but we'll get through the story here. So trading as Network Media Group Inc., TSXV, NTE.V, and then OTC NETWF. Network Entertainment has created, financed, and produced dozens of feature documentaries, documentary series, and related premium content that have garnered major awards, generated record ratings, and achieved unparalleled media coverage around the world. Network's projects include the Academy Award shortlisted documentary on Muhammad Ali, Facing Ali, The Age of AI series, which was on YouTube. It wasn't YouTube TV, it was YouTube. Was it YouTube Premiere or something like that, where if you have YouTube membership where you pay the monthly fee, you get that. That was with Robert Downey Jr. That was actually pretty good. I watched that in partnership with starring Robert Downey Jr. here. The Punk series, executive producer, produced by Iggy Pop and John Varavatos. The feature documentary Johnny Cash, American Rebel, and Network's popular I Am slate of feature documentaries for Paramount, which has spotlighted some of the biggest names in entertainment, sports, and activism for the 20th century. Among its 14 current titles, including Bruce Lee, Evel Knievel, Steve McQueen, Chris Farley, Heath Ledger, Patrick Swayze, Paul Walker, Richard Pryor, and JFK Jr. Its network lineup of current productions includes the recently announced partnership with MRC Nonfiction to produce a feature documentary on groundbreaking artist Sly Stone, which will be directed by four-time Grammy and Sundance Film Festival winner Amir Thompson, and executive produced by Oscar and Emmy Award winner Common. So capitalizing on the network's global reputation as creators and producers of premium content and the company's relationship with talent and intellectual property holders, Network has recently announced that it intends to create and distribute NFTs utilizing content and relationship built from its library of premium films and series, as well as from upcoming projects, valued global partnerships, and third-party intellectual properties. So based on this, I'm thinking this is going to be where they have either clips of the stars, actors, sports figures, and they're going to do that kind of like Hot Shots, I'm guessing, where you can buy the NFTs that way. So we'll just have to see what happens with this, but I'll get my thoughts into this in a little bit here. In September, Network appointed blockchain and digital asset investment expert Tom Lombardi to the role of strategic advisor for NFT research and development. NFTs generated a record $2.5 billion in the first half of 2021. NFTs are crypto assets that represent ownership of a unique digital item such as an image, song, meme, tweet, or video clip. Ownership is recorded on an open blockchain, often the Ethereum network, allowing owners to buy and sell an NFT on a specialized marketplace in place of property it represents. So like cryptos in general, NFTs are booming in new market, having seen $2.5 billion in trading in the first half of 2021, up from just $13.7 million a year earlier. Many celebrities and content creators, including Snoop Dogg, Paris Hilton, Tony Hawk, and Martha Stewart, have participated in the space. And then also Coinbase, one of the world's largest crypto exchanges, recently announced plans to launch Coinbase NFT, a peer-to-peer marketplace that will make minting, purchasing, showcasing, and discovering NFTs easier than ever. According to the company's website, within 24 hours of its October 12 announcement, Coinbase NFT had acquired more than 1 million names to its waitlist. So that's huge. Obviously, we know Coinbase is a big player in the space. They're getting into the NFTs. They are obviously an exchange for cryptocurrencies right now, but getting into the NFT space obviously signifies the importance that they see it as well. So let's continue on here. So Hive getting early exposure to the NFT craze. A crypto mining firm with facilities in Sweden, Iceland, and Canada, Hive is keen to explore the NFT space, and it sees great potential in what Network Entertainment has planned for its intellectual property. Toward that end, the company is investing 450,000 Canadian in the network, the equivalent of 3 million shares at a Canadian price of 15 cents. Other investors in the network include U.S. Global Investors, Inc., which owns unsecured convertible Hive debentures, as well as common share purchase warrants. Hive Executive Chairman Frank Holmes endorsed the network entertainment team, stating, "We're backing a strong team at Network Entertainment. I've known the board member Tim Gable for years, who's a true visionary, having co-founded and been a former CEO of Thunderbird Entertainment Group, Inc. Network has a rich portfolio of intellectual property, and I'm excited to see how it can be monetized using NFTs." So I'm also interested in to see how they're going to be able to monetize this. A lot of the things that they have on here are things that are from kind of like my generation and previous generations, which is going to be interesting to see how like the millennials react to it, right? Or is it this going to be more towards Gen Xers and baby boomers and things like that to get into it? Because unless you get some recent stars going in there and partnerships with other companies and things like that, I don't know how this is going to all work out. So that's kind of an interesting point there. Most NFTs operate on the Ethereum network, as does its native currency Ether, which Hive mines along with Bitcoin using only 100% green renewable energy. As NFTs increase in demand, so too should the demand for Ether. Hive is well positioned to benefit from the increased need for Ether, making its investment in network potential a win-win for both companies. Hive's investment in Network Entertainment will mark the company's second equity investment of the year. The first was a share swap with DeFi Technologies, Inc., completed in April 2021, in which Hive acquired 5% of the company and DeFi received approximately 1% of Hive shares. In return, DeFi Technologies' Chief Strategy Officer, Diana Biggs, was named to the Hive Blockchain Switzerland AG Board of Directors. In October, joining recently appointed Hive Sweden President and board member Joanna Thorblad. So yeah, we'll just have to see. But let's take a look at the network here, what they are producing. So here's some of the things that they've done. Punk, Iggy Pop, obviously, The Age of AI. This was on YouTube. I watched this. This was actually pretty interesting with Robert Downey Jr. I thought was very well produced, very well made. I am Patrick Swayze, so obviously this is from my generation, Facing Ali. I am Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, obviously the famous actor that passed away way too early. He was the Joker in the Batman movies. Johnny Cash, obviously, Chris Farley, from Saturday Night Live. Obviously also passed away here in Chicago too early in his years. I am Richard Pryor. I am Burt Reynolds. I am Bruce Lee. I am Steve McQueen. I am Evel Knievel. I am JFK. I am Jackie O. And I am Martin Luther King Jr. So all of this stuff is about, past figures right now. So I'm just not worried. I'm just kind of interested in how are they going to monetize all this stuff. There's a lot of great content, obviously, by all these people here. But it's just how well accepted it's going to be by the public and especially millennials, because millennials, I think, are right now that are driving the NFT craze. So it's something that we'll have to keep an eye on, and we'll go from there. Okay. So next story is Bitfarms. Bitfarms is building 2 new farms in city of Sherbrooke with 78 megawatts of total capacity. So here, a global Bitcoin mining company is constructing 2 new high-power production facilities leased in Sherbrooke, Quebec, which are scheduled to be completed in phases during the first and second quarters of 2022. So through March and then through June. The farm's combined capacity of 78 megawatts is expected to accommodate approximately 21,000 new Bitcoin miners and generate approximately 2.1 exahash transaction speed per second. Bitfarms currently has 5 fully operational farms, and this project expands new farms in construction from 2 to 4. So this is good to see, obviously, that they're expanding their facilities. They obviously need to expand their facilities if they're going to bring on more miners. So this is good to see. Committed to increasing our capacity and hash rate in a cost-effective manner, we have been working closely with the city of Sherbrooke to expedite our expansion, said Emiliano Grodzicki, CEO of Bitfarms. Both farms will benefit from our existing cost-effective contracts that supply green hydropower at an average cost of just 4 cents per kilowatt hour. Similar to all our other Quebec farms, they will be passively cooled by the Canadian climate, reducing total energy consumption and operating costs. Most importantly, while also minimizing the risk of disruptions, these farms continue Bitfarms' strategy of operating decentralized facilities to boost our capacity and support our global goal of achieving 3 exahash by the end of the first quarter of 2022 and 8 exahash by the end of 2022. So let's see here, the Sherbrooke Farms. So Bitfarms has an energy contract under the same pricing terms with the Sherbrooke city limits for 96 megawatts. Bitfarms plans to eventually retire the existing 26 megawatt De La Pointe facility in phases and open 3 new farms that will be situated in more remote, less populated locations and include numerous enhanced sound reduction design features as well as monitoring devices outside the facility to report sound emissions data in real time. So it sounds like they've been having complaints about their farm from probably residents and things like that. Having been managing a crypto farm myself for some time now, those things do get loud, especially if you're in close quarters and things like that. And those machines do get really loud. It's like a jet taking off if you're nearby. The first two farms, Ledger and the Bunker, when completed, are expected to have a combined capacity of 78 megawatts. The third farm, when secured, is expected to have a capacity of 18 megawatts. And then, so here's the 2 facilities. So Ledger, 30 megawatt facility, expected to deliver 800 petahash per second. Construction is underway and is expected to be completed in the first quarter of 2022. 8,000 of the latest generation miners are expected to be operational in the second quarter of 2022. The facility is expected to yield approximately 800 petahash. Then the second facility, the Bunker, 48 megawatt facility, expected to deliver 1,300 petahash. Construction is expected to be completed in mid-2022. Will be in 3 phases. Phase 1, representing 18 megawatts, to be installed in an already constructed building, is scheduled to begin internal infrastructure work in the 4th quarter of 2021. So this would be right now. Phase 2, representing 18 megawatts, is in a portion of the building still under construction, with internal infrastructure work to begin in the 1st quarter of 2022. And then phase 3, representing 12 megawatts, is in a portion of the building scheduled to be constructed in the 2nd quarter of 2022. They can install 13,000 miners, are expected to be housed in the bunker and generate about 1.3 exahash. The first 2 phases are expected to hold over 9,750 miners and yield nearly 975 petahash. The third phase is expected to hold another 3,250 miners and produce approximately 325 petahash. So all in all, good news here, both from Hive and Bitfarms. Bitfarms obviously is doing an expansion, which is good to see. Hive, I don't know about the NFT thing. They're obviously investing into it, so they don't have any control over it, but they are investors in it. We'll have to see how that investment plays out for them. No details, obviously, on how they're going to make money off of it, or if it's just going to make money off from the share price increasing in value. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And then if we take a look at the shares right now, stock price of both of these, let's see here. Actually, let's go here. So we got Hive. Hive is actually down, 5.5% right now on the day. Because Bitcoin is down as well. Bitcoin is down quite a bit. It's down 2%. It's down 1,221 to 59,000. So it went below the 60,000 mark, which we said it might. Let me see here. So here's Bitcoin over here. It touched the 20-day moving average and it pulled back up above it. It actually went below it, and now it's hovering right around the 20-day moving average, which I said it kind of might do that based on what we were seeing with the RSI going down, volume going down as well. Volume has obviously increased a little bit today, but we were seeing that kind of pattern where it could come back down and test the 20-day moving average, possibly. If we look at Hive here, Hive is obviously down 5.5% or so, roughly right now. It's obviously peaked earlier last week at around 420, 421, came back down and back up, and it's obviously following the trend of Bitcoin. And Bitfarms is also down 3% right now. It is down to 505. It has fallen below the 50 and the 20-day moving averages, which is not a good sign. So I'll have to keep an eye on it, obviously, see how things go from here. But all in all, I mean, at least they're expanding. They're doing good. Hive is at least investing in. I think I would have preferred Hive, especially since they're sitting on such a huge cash pile from Bitcoin and Ethereum that they hodl. I almost would have preferred them to start their own kind of project with NFTs and see if they can do some kind of deals and things like that. They have the money to do it. It's just whether or not they get the necessary people in place to do it. So I think they have other opportunities they could get into. Same with other companies, Mara, Riot, everybody else. They're sitting on piles of cash. I would almost like to see them to expand out and not be just so tied to Bitcoin, I think, but expand out into other industries, DeFi, NFTs, things like that, things that are going to generate even more income for them, especially if we enter into another bear market that might last 2 years, if that happens. So those are my 2 cents. Take it for what it is. Let me know what you guys think about these stories, obviously with Hive entering the NFT space, investing in that. And then obviously I think it's good news for Bitfarms to expand out their infrastructure. So that's all I got for you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.